Hello and welcome to Appy Friday. This week we're talking about the hidden features of iOS12, the new operating system for iPhones and iPads and everything. So unfortunately, if you're an Android user, I'd probably skip this week's Appy Friday. So the first sort of hidden feature is Face ID, but not just for one person, you can actually add another person. So if your friend or partner often uses your phone and wants to be able to unlock it, you can set up multiple sort of face unlocks. So that's actually quite handy, because the only problem with not having a home button or PIN code and only using your face is there's only you that has your face. So that's a feature most people don't know about. The second sort of hidden feature that most people don't know about is sort of autofill two-factor authentication codes. So what this does, so two-factor authentication's a security method. So rather than you just type a password in on a website or within an app, then as well as doing that, you also get sent a code through another device. So you have to have both devices with you, so you may get a text message to your phone. So what this does, it automatically detects those text messages with those validation codes and pulls them in. So you don't have to go through that process of being in the app, closing that down, open text messages, copy and paste that code, if you can do that in some cases, or write that down somewhere, go back to the app and put that in. iOS 12 recognises that those codes are authentication codes and will autofill them. So really handy time-saving device that. The third thing is something called Live Listen. So if you have the Apple AirPods, the sort of Bluetooth wireless headphones, then you can use this Live Listen feature now. So you go into your settings, turn Live Listen on, and basically what it does, it uses the microphone from your phone as a listening device and just plays that straight to your AirPods. So you could leave it on well, you could do it in a few ways, but you could leave it near the person you want to listen to, put your AirPods in, connect it, and it will act as a sort of monitoring device. So, like I say, there's some dodgy uses probably for this, but it could be quite useful. If you're in a presentation, you can't really hear very well, you could leave your phone near the presenter and just listen through your AirPods. Another new feature that can sort of happen in the background are automatic iOS upgrades. So in the same way as you can have this for apps, so it automatically upgrades when there's a new version, you can do this on iOS now. So lots of people want to add the latest version of iOS that just sort of gets rid of bugs without having to go into the settings and about and look for new versions. So it's only if they sort of hear about it they find out, or you get those pop-up messages sometimes. But you can just set that to auto, so you never need to worry about it, and you've always got the latest version. So if security patches, for example, come through, you're on the latest, most secure version of iOS. So this next one is quite cool. So if you use Apple Music, then the way most people search for music is sort of by artist or title. But there's those instances where you've got the lyrics of a song but you're not sure what the actual song is called. You can now search on lyrics. You just enter the lyrics into Apple Music and it will find the song. So that's pretty cool, is that really? So onto another sort of handy one. This is the ability to now airdrop passwords from one iOS device to another. So one example of this is if you're using Netflix, you've obviously got your username and password there. If you do a long press on the password, you can then airdrop that to someone else. So they don't actually know what the password is, but it adds it to their device. So it's quite a cool little security feature that if you want to share, but not give them the actual password. So the final one is all to do with notifications. This is a really big thing for me, so I don't tend to have many notifications switched on my phone because I find them such a distraction. I think we all know what it's like. You get a notification on Facebook, for example, you look at it, you end up browsing Facebook for half an hour. That's not a great productive way to sort of work. So like I say, this is something I'm massive on anyway, but they've introduced a new way in the notification centre to handle notifications that I think is quite cool. So you can effectively say there's 3 different sort of time periods, so rather than get all your notifications individually, you say, give me them all in an hour's time. Or you could say, I only want notifications to come through this evening. So it's a really good way of still getting those notifications, but them not being a constant distraction. So that's it for Appy Friday this week. I hope you found some of that useful. Obviously, if you are an Android user, you've probably not got to this stage in the video, but there will be something for you next week. So if you like this video, please like it and subscribe, and see you next week.